Before we put in any detail, we have to shape the overall feather. We'll start by lining in and forming this middle quill part, the stem of the feather. So I'm going to use my V tool again. I'm going to come in from the side and I'm going to run a line like this, just to the outside of my drawn line, tilting away from it. So again, I've got my vertical wall, and also if you remember, one side of the V tool tends to pull against the grain and the other cuts with it. So I'm trying to put the good side of the cut to the quill down the middle. So I'm going to run that down here like this. I'm going to make this quite deep up this end, tilting away like this. I can see it tearing here on this side, but that's waste. Now I'm going to turn it over like this so I can do the other side. And I'm going to start this way, exactly the same, but tilting the other direction. So it's tilting away from the stem this way. So a nice run along here. And this one goes right out to here. So put that in, and then we can start shaping this bit. I'm using the low angle grip again, just as I did with the V tool, and I'm going to start skimming off some of the wood like this on this side. I'm going to go fairly close to the background here, and I'm going to lower it. So I'm taking the paper off, I'm going to lower it fairly flat. You can see this here is digging against the grain, so I need to swap round from the top of this hill this way and then this way. So I'm coming right down to the edge here, as I say, and that's, you can see why I didn't need to clean it up, because I now only have a little bit of wall here to clean up. I'm now going to just merge this in on this side a little bit so we don't have a hard line on the other side of that V groove, and then we're ready to do the other side. Now this one can be a little bit flatter this way, so instead of the tool upside down, I'm going to make this one, this side, a little bit more concave. So I'm coming along here, and at this point I can see I'm digging into the wood, so I'm going to swap around and come in this direction. Here I'm coming down and digging into the wood here, swapping around, coming in this direction. And if that's a little bit of a problem just there, you can go across the grain like this and just clean it up. So, again, fairly down to the edge here. Notice that I blow away these shavings like that, but sometimes I'll use my brush like this. What I want to avoid doing is rubbing it with my fingers, because that'll make the wood dirty. So from one side down here, right down to the edge, and down this side here. And then just cleaning this bit off. So I'm giving the underlying shape to the feather which in reality isn't like this. Of course a feather is much flatter, this sort of feather, but this isn't a feather really, it's a wood carving, so we have to adapt it a little bit. And up here, oops. So make sure all this is nice and clean, because on this surface we're now going to put detail. And you can see here's the stem, and that's the original paper there, and you can just clean that off. Actually it's lifting off very nicely. And we have no paper left. Taking this down a little bit here to the background. We don't want it to stick up too much. We'll spend a bit of time getting this right, and then we'll be ready to start thinking about the surface details. This is what the feather looks like at the end of this stage. We've got the centre quill going quite strongly down the middle, and I've taken the V tool actually along here as well, and we've got some shape in here that sort of curves over and goes down flat to just below, or rather just above the background surface all the way around.